Welcome to section 1. So in this section, I'm going to more specifically about the course. And then I want to tell you a little bit about me and my history, just so you know. And some people may know who I am and my experience, but others may not. So I just want to tell you a little bit about me, and I promise I won't bore you to death. And this section will not be mostly about me, trust me. So I want to talk about where you'll get support if you get stuck or whatnot, where you can go and get some help, and then of course how to grab all your course downloads and bonuses. Okay, so let's get the facts about this training course. This is a real business plan. All right, you can work this plan from home. You will be using LinkedIn to find clients, and this will work with almost any service. The service I present to you today is an in-demand service that you could just pick up and run with. And you don't actually have to know how to do any servicing yourself. So this is more or less the easy way. Now let me preface this by saying that there is no such thing as super easy, don't have to do any work, kind of make money, let's go. Like, there really isn't that way. Unless you have some, I don't know, some invention or patent or just something that people just have to have and you don't have to do anything for them to get it, then that would be the legitimate super easy way. This is an easy way in so much as you don't have to have any special skills or anything, and we'll get into that. This is in fact a video service. We're going to be producing and ranking videos in search, and then those videos will have telephone numbers associated with them, and those phone numbers create inbound leads. And these leads, now we could do this a couple of different ways. You could sell the individual lead, or you can sell bulk, as I called it, bulk calls, or you could just sell them all the calls that come in for that video for the month. So more or less leasing the video to them for that month. Now, you could charge some pretty high lead fees here. You could charge high because if the customer value is high, it's more money you can ask for in that lead. And of course, you could charge monthly fees if they lease the videos from you. So $250, $500 a month for all the calls generated by that particular video that's ranked and generating calls for that particular niche. So now I'll also tell you how to build these videos yourself, and you may actually have the software already installed on your computer to do this. Now, preferably, you'd want to have this video creation stuff outsourced. But now on the other side of that coin is you should understand what constitutes the video that you need to make, how you would make it, what kind of message should be in the video. And we'll kind of lay it all out for you in the upcoming sections. But in this course, I'm going to teach you how to build the videos and also teach you how to outsource them. Where I want you to put most of your effort will be in making contacts. And whether that be expanding your networks on LinkedIn, sending messages, or just sending cold emails, and if you're a telephone type of person, making the calls or sending out direct mail letters, getting people into your book of business is what I like to call it. So the more contacts you have in your book of business, the more money you'll make and the more success you'll have. But you'll be surprised as you build that book, you'll have leads closing every day. You just need to have a big book of business to turn to. As a result, outreach yields the most fruit possible. So the more outreach you do, the more successful you will be at this program. It really is not a function of how many videos you make. In some respects it is, because you could say, hey, I'm going to make 100 videos and let's say 30 or 40 of them rank and start generating calls. Well, then those calls are an asset. Those are something you can sell, right? Those are leads you can sell, or those videos that are ranked or videos that you can lease to a business for $250 to $500 a month. That does produce results. But you can rank all the videos in the world, but if you don't have a contact to sell that to, then what do you have? You actually have nothing, right? So outreach yields the most fruit. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk about what this course is not about. This is not a get-rich-quick program. You will have to put in some effort in order to see results. Okay? Need to do some work. This is not any multi-level marketing or any type of affiliate game. We're not going to be doing any affiliate marketing or anything like that. There's also no hard selling or pressure tactics associated with this. We're really not selling anything they don't need. All business owners love and need leads. If they want to grow their business, if they want to increase their cash flow, then they need to increase the volume of inbound calls and leads, and that's what we're doing here, right? With those videos, we're ranking them, getting calls generated. Those calls are forwarded to a business. The business is paying us to have those calls forwarded to them. Obviously, why? Why? Because those calls that are forwarded, a percentage of those calls that come in will be closed and will be sold, and the business will make money as a result of those. So, no special programming skills are needed to do this. There are no art or design skills. So even if you sit here and say, oh, but Luther, I don't know how to make videos, don't sweat it. You do not need to have any type of design or art skills. Like I said, no programming skills. You're not building any software or anything. And then, one thing I also put here is that, we're not looking, or this course is not really for people who are looking for a black box method. So now, if you've never heard the term before, what a black box method is imagine this. You have a box on your desk, and you open the cover of this box, and you look inside, and it's just this void, and there's nothing in there, right? You just take your hand, and you put your hand into that black box, into the void of this box, and you swirl it around, and then you grab onto something, and you pull your hand out of that box, and what's in your hand but a load of cash, right? Well, those boxes don't exist. And a lot of courses sell black box. They say, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to make tons of money. Not really. You have to do the work, right? So this is not a course for someone who's looking for a black box method. Now, I can argue that there are, in fact, a certain amount of black box methods out there. There are some things you can set up, some businesses you can do where it is almost like a black box. Take, for example, if you wanted to do, let's say, product sales. You build products, you build an email list, and every time you make a new product, you send an email, you get money. People buy the product recommended in your email. That's almost like a black box. You still had to do work, right? But just be sure, the main point here is that this method is not black box. You have to do some work. You have to do some setup. And, I'll tell you what, once you put some effort into it, it can potentially turn into a type of method where you're not really doing much busy work except just keeping track of your payments and keeping your customers happy and ranking new videos so that you have a constant steady flow of new customers. So now let's ask the question, is this course for you? Well, if you find yourself here today, this is highly likely. So we tend to produce courses for freelancers and those of us who like to work at home, and you should know that almost half of America works from home in some capacity, and many of them are making a full-time living, and most are using it for some type of part-time endeavor. Now, whether that's working from home for their business or working from home for another person's business, let's say they have some type of telecommuting arrangement, we're seeing a lot of migration towards or movement towards working from home. Now, funny story, 20 years ago, I petitioned my boss to allow me to work from home. And I had said, hey, I need a VPN. And at the time, they were giving a VPN, which is a virtual private network or a connection to the company's servers, right, over the internet. And I convinced them to give me one. And I was doing a little work from home, and it blew me away. I was doing maybe I was doing like 1 day a month or 2 days a month. And it blew me away. I loved it. I thought it was great. But the point there is, years ago, people didn't work from home. You had to go to the office. Maybe in some occasions you did, but unless you owned a business or consulting agency, you worked at an office or you worked with someone, right? Nowadays, almost half of all Americans do work by themselves, and more or less they work with their family there. Some people work with their new baby in the room, or they have someone watching the kids, maybe an in-law or a spouse watching the kids while they work in some home office. So this course is for people who want to do that. People who want to work from home, this is the course is for you. Now, really, it could fall into the realm of anybody who has a dream, right? If you have a dream of working from home full time, or maybe even part time, or just you want to put some money in your pocket, a little extra, well, this is a way and a path to that dream, to make that dream a reality. So, what are the keys to your dreams? Now, I'm not going to profess knowledge of all the keys to your dreams, but there are certain constants. And the first one is effort. You must make effort to achieve your dreams. And you must commit to performing those efforts regularly if you hope to get your dreams. You need to have a solid plan, because all the effort and commitments not get you anywhere unless you have a solid plan and a roadmap to get there. And you must fail. You must fail along the way. I do not know of one entrepreneur who has ever reached their dream on the first try. It certainly didn't happen over here. I failed many times at a number of businesses that just didn't work out. I mean, that's okay. You figure things out. You learn things. And often people call it the hard way, but it really is the right way. Go through and learn and fail. And don't be afraid to fail, because you know what happens? When you fail, you learn what not to do. Just pick yourself up, do it again. And the more times you fail, the closer you are to your goal. That's why persistence is a key to your dreams. Persist and resist the tendency of people to surrender and give up when they hit their first wall, or when they fail for the first, second, or third time. Just keep going. And if you do a lot of reading of biographies, if you study other entrepreneurs, you'll see failure as a constant among all of them. Okay, so let's say you need a push start. All right, some people need a push start, others don't. And if you don't need a push, then you can go ahead and skip this part. But some people really do. So I want to offer this as an opportunity to you to just kind of give you a little push start forward. Right? Choose to experience this course, and choose to experience it for better or for worse. Right? What's the worst thing that can happen? Maybe you lose a little time, you lost $10, $20, whatever it is, right? You were likely going to waste that time and that money anyway on something silly, right? This is an investment in your future. So choose to experience every part of this course and put what you learn into action. Now, what I like to do whenever I am trying something new or trying to commit myself to something that I'm going to do regularly, I need to find a personal reason to take action, right? So a good example of this would be, well, exercise, right? I go to the gym, I play hockey, but I need a reason to go to the gym. I enjoy ice skating, I enjoy playing hockey. I don't enjoy going to the gym. I find it very boring. I'm sitting there listening to music, or I'm watching the news on their TVs. It's boring as hell, right? But the reason why, right, at least this is what I'm telling myself, the reason why I go to the gym is to strengthen my legs, is to strengthen my core. It allows me to stay on the ice longer, to play faster, skate faster, take hits better. I'm not as young as I used to be. I need more strength, right? So that's the reason to do something. So find a personal reason to take action. Now, maybe some examples might be for you to do this for your dream's sake, for the dream that you have, that this is the reason why you're going to experience this course and take it and put it into action, is because you're doing it because you want to fulfill some dream that you have. Maybe you want to be the family hero. Maybe you want to be the guy who helps everybody out in your family, or the woman. Do that for that reason. Find the reason to do it. Or maybe you're just looking for that notch in your belt. You're just looking for the magic star to accomplish something, right? Whatever the reasons are, make it personal, right? Business is business, but make your business, the reason why you're doing any type of business, make it a personal reason. So let's talk a little bit about me. Little old me. So I'm a husband and a father, and sure enough, that's a picture of me there. I'm a retired firefighter, if you're wondering what that uniform and silly hat is all about, right? Been selling online for 8 years and got an 11-year marketing agency, and I provide coaching and mentorship to other sellers and marketers and anyone who wants to start a business. I provide those types of services to them, and I also do a bit of writing and software development. And really, I do this because I enjoy the experience, right? Yes, it provides for my family, and that's a fantastic reason to do anything. But the experience of things is why I choose to do almost anything. So now my business, a 10,000 member community, I've got over 65,000 customers, and in just a few years I've generated almost $2.5 million in revenue. So no small potatoes here. I've worked with anything from small to large businesses, doing retail customers. I've also worked with clients like Microsoft and Adobe, and also governments and non-government organizations. So I've done a pretty wide stretch of experience there. And this is not to brag, right? I'm just trying to show you what's possible, right? I am no Einstein. I don't count myself as a genius. I don't think my IQ is all that high, right? I'm just a firefighter New Yorker from New York. But you know what? I spend my time reading and studying and trying to understand people and trying to understand why people do what they do, and that kind of led me down the road into sales and understanding why people buy the things that they buy. And in that respects, I've been able to tap into that and create, either services or experiences for people to buy, and it's worked, right? And that's because I have a goal, right? So when you actually work towards a goal, you'll make it. If you're just working to work, you're not really going to get anywhere. Maybe you'll get a little bit down the road, but you don't have a goal, you'll never get there, right? So once you have that goal, make sure you commit, follow the plan, and put that plan into action, right? And remember what I said earlier: persist, right? And that's the commonality amongst these things, is that if you can plan, if you can commit to that plan, put that plan into action, and persist no matter what, you'll get where you need to be. So why did I put this course together? Well, I've always been an educator, and I love teaching and training people, and I do in fact, love people. Now, I know through my many years of experience that you need help and that you have a desire to put something together for yourself. So I know what kind of help you need. So what I'd like to do is trade my knowledge for growth in my own business and growth in yours. I present this information to you because when you grow, when you put the information that I put together for you into action, you will grow. And when you grow, I grow. My business grows, you will grow personally and professionally, and everybody is well pleased. Now, one thing I didn't put on here, as I probably should have, is that the reason why I put this particular course together is because it is one of the most successful courses I've ever taught. I have, like I said, many students. I have taught this method before in the past, and I've seen a lot of results from it. I myself personally have videos still out there, still ranking and generating telephone calls. So this is a long-lasting method that you can put together that will deliver dividends for you for years.